Okay, cool. Hi guys, my name is Kenya. I know most of you will get started lying on our backs today. So make your way onto your mat, find a comfortable Shavasana position. You can have palms face open to receive, or left hand on heart, right hand on solar plexus. Let the legs go long, toes roll out. Tuck your chin down a little bit so you're super long through the back of the neck, and gently, softly close the eyes. Start to inhale and exhale through the nose only. Trying to create that ujjayi sound. Tuning into your heartbeat. And slowing down here. Slowing down the thoughts. Feeling connected to your mat. If you want to practice a little gratitude moment, you can think of 3 items today that you wish to send out gratitude towards. It can be person, place, or thing. But naming things that we're grateful for is a simple reminder that we can practice every day. Coming into our body with every breath. And keep the hands where they're at, but we'll gently flutter the eyes open. And without thinking or returning to our heads, just notice the space around us. The space that it takes from our physical body to the wall in front of us, above us. The space that everything occupies, the couches and chairs next to you. Just noticing that everything has space. We are part of that space, our physical bodies. Try not to think about it. Stay in that heart space, the belly space. And you can try and keep this kind of thought throughout practice today, even off the mat. And then we'll start movement by bringing the right knee up to the right armpit. Hug it in, and then we're going to take half happy babies. So grab the outside of your right foot with your right hand. Pull that knee towards the mat. Take your left hand, put it on left hip to keep that left hip from lifting off the mat. And you can rock your right foot side to side or in little circles. Tugging with your hand to pull that knee closer to the mat. And then we'll straighten into right leg, press the heel towards the ceiling, grab the back of the leg, begin to pull it towards your body or towards your chest. So you can grab any part of the leg that's comfortable for you. Flex the toes down. Keep your spine nice and long here. And then we're going to take this straight leg, the right leg, drop it over to the left. So maybe if you can grab the foot or the calf, try to hold that grip as you drop the foot over to the left, keeping it straight. The right hip will stack on top of left. Breathing into the IT band of the right side. And then we'll bring that leg back to center. Let the right leg go long on your mat. We'll do the same thing other side. Bring left knee to armpit. Tuck it in, pull it in as close as you can to the body. And then reach up and grab the outside of that left foot with left hand. Right hand comes to right hip to keep it from lifting. So we're trying to keep our back on the mat, our spine, our shoulder blades, back of our head. And then we're opening the left hip. Maybe take that foot in little circles. You can go both directions. Circling the foot opens the hip a little more. And then we'll straighten into left leg, shoot the heel towards the ceiling, flex the toes down towards the face, and begin to grab on the back of the left hamstring or calf. Pull it towards your chest. And breathe into the back of the leg. And we'll drop the right or the left foot over to the right. Try to keep the leg straight as you can, gripping on anywhere that feels most comfortable, supporting the foot as it falls over to the right. The left hip will stack on top of right. Keep that right or the left foot down, breathing into the outside of the IT band, outside of the leg. And then bring it back to center. Right, left foot goes down to meet the right. We're gonna bend the knees, grab behind the thighs, rock and roll a couple times along the spine, if that feels okay. We'll meet in boat pose, but take a few rocks on that spine. There's no rush. It's a nice way to loosen up those muscles as long as you're not feeling the bone hit the mat or the ground too hard. It should be kind of using those muscles on the outside of the spine. And then boat pose, inhale, lengthen the spine, pull up from the chest. Bring the inner thighs and inner calves to meet, hands down by the side. Or you can stay supported with hands on the back of the thighs the entire time. We're gonna warm up the core from moving from boat to canoe. So this is your exhale position. Inhale, slowly go down to canoe. Let the back of your spine meet the mat. And exhale back to boat. Inhale, lengthen, slow and controlled. Exhale back to boat. Nice job, a few more. You can grab the back of your legs each time to help you come up. Maybe just holding boat pose, trying to straighten into the legs. Nice job, last one. Inhale nice and long with the back of the spine. We'll bring the feet in, crisscross, and we'll sit on our sit bones. Just gonna turn to face you. So a little cross-legged position. We'll inhale, sweep the hands overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand goes on the outside of right knee. Right hand drops behind you. Inhale, create length in the spine. And exhale, twist. Let your gaze go over the right shoulder. Sitting right on top of the sit bones here. And inhale back to center. Let those hands go back overhead. Next exhale, twist to the left. Right hand grabs the outside of left knee. Inhale, the top of your head goes towards the ceiling. Exhale, gaze follows the left shoulder. So let that spine be super tall. Shoulders out of ears. Nice job. We'll inhale back to center. Roll over those knees and we'll meet in tabletop position. Finding that stacked. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and move into your cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, arch the spine, let the head hang heavy. Take these cat-cows at your own pace. I think looking at everyone in class today. I think I know everyone. So you've probably taken my class before. So inhaling and exhaling at your own pace through cat-cow. Really make it your practice today. And then we'll take our hands a little bit farther in front of where they are right now. Support yourself with those hands. Take big, wide hip circles. Getting lateral movement in the spine. You can drop your hips over to one side and let them sink down to the floor, breathing into the hip a little more. Go into both sides, go in both directions to stay even. All right, we're gonna bring those hands back to tabletop so we're nice and strong, stable through the shoulders. And then we're gonna balance on one side at a time. So we'll start with the left side. Kick your left shin out about 45 degrees. Make sure left wrist is under left shoulder. We're gonna reach up, grab the right foot with the right hand, and then kick into this quad stretch. The key is having balance through the left side and then kicking into the right side, opening up the front of the right leg and the front of your shoulder. Keep kicking, natural arch in the spine. And then we'll drop the right side back to the mat. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Go slow, set yourself up. Take right shin out 45 degrees. Make sure you're really stable through that right wrist. And then reach up, left foot and left hand. Kick into the hand as hard as you can. Going slow to find the stretch through the entire left side. Opening through the chest. Nice job, return back down. All right, we'll get into the shoulders just a little bit. So inhale, right side, thread the needle. Lift the arm up to open the chest, big breath in, and then exhale. Let the right hand go over to the left. Lay down on the outside of the right arm. Push left hand into mat to roll a little bit farther into the stretch. Keep those hips high to the sky. Yogi's choice for balancing pose. You might take a little bit away from the stretch, but it's fun to play around with those balancing poses every once in a while. And then slowly coming back to tabletop. Let right hand go under right shoulder. And next inhale, left side. So sweep left hand open to the left, breathing nice big inhale to the chest. Exhale, let the left hands go over to the right, thread the needle, other side. Push right hand into mat, right in front of where your gaze is on the floor. We're rolling over the left shoulder. Feel the shoulder blades separate. Keep that ujjayi breathing. And slowly we'll meet back at tabletop. All right, nice and neutral spine, strong tabletop position. We'll lift right heel towards the back of the room. Exhale, knee to chest, plant the foot, low lunge, bring those hips forward. We're gonna breathe into the left side, pressing into the stretch. And then for these two poses, low lunge, and we're gonna go to half splits. We'll do it more of a fluid motion today. So in low lunge, bring the hands forward. And then exhale, sink those hips back, half splits, let the hands go back, palms facing in. So it's a bit of a balancing pose as you transition through these two. Inhale back to low lunge. Move at your own pace. Exhale, half splits. So moving with your breath here, just inhaling forward and exhaling, hips go back. Use your breath to find the pace that your body really wants to move at today. Try to keep the spine long and the shoulders out of the ears. Next exhale, we'll meet back in half splits and we'll hold it for a little bit this time. So send those hips back towards left heel. Breathe into the back of the right leg. If full splits is in your practice, you can take it. Otherwise, holding half splits, flex the right toes towards the face. And then inhale, bring that chest back to center, coming out of splits if you're in them. And then we'll go right knee back to meet left for that tabletop. Same thing, other side. Left heel shoots towards the back of the room with a straight leg. Exhale, knee to chest. Use that core to really crunch the knee up. Bring the left foot on the front of your mat. And we breathe into the low lunge. So feel that right hip flexor open up. Inhale the hands forward. Take these at your own pace. Same thing, other side. Exhale, half split. Straighten into the left leg. Let the palms be face in with the arms back. Inhale back to center, forward. So trying to keep the spine straight. Core is engaged the entire time. And then next time we go back to half splits, keep this stretch so let the hands drop to the mat. I like to walk my heel a little bit farther forward. Keep the hips stacked over right knee. This is definitely a pose, maybe to use a block to keep that chest lifted. Full splits, you're welcome to take them. And next inhale, bring those hips back to the front of the mat. Plant those hands and let the left knee go back to meet the right. Find that nice sturdy tabletop position. We're about to go to down dog. We'll start by tucking the toes and lifting the knees off the mat just 2 inches. So make sure you're nice and stable through the shoulders first. Pressing through the wrists. Cover those knees 2 inches off the mat and hold there. Use the core. Belly button pulling back towards the spine. Next exhale, send the hips high to the sky and then back towards the back of your mat, settling the heels down to the earth. Super long spine and down dog. We'll be here for 5 to 10 breaths. So first down dog, pedaling out the feet, maybe walking the dog, opening up the feet and the back of the legs. Press firmly through the palms of your hands, spread the fingers really wide. Let the hands be about shoulder width distance, maybe a little wider. Strong through the shoulders, curl the armpits in to face each other. Shoulders out of the ears, gaze is back. Between the legs somewhere, between the ankles. Knees or inner thighs, or gaze could be all the way up towards the navel. All right, bend the knees, look out the space between the hands, but very slowly walk to the top of your mat, keeping your hips as high as possible. So it forces you to use that core, keep the hips high, let the feet land in ragdoll pose. We'll release the low back. Let the thighs hang out your belly hang out on the thighs. Grab your elbows and sway side to side. You can shake out that head yes and no. We'll end on a yes. Creating length in the spine, letting gravity do the work, letting the top of the head go towards your mat. You can straighten into one leg at a time if that feels good. And slowly we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let those feet be hips width distance still. Let the head be the last thing to come up. And then when you get there, a couple shoulder rolls. When you inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, let them go down. And then we'll meet in mountain pose at the top of the mat. Hands shining forward, top of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Next inhale, bring those hands overhead, fingertips to touch. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. When you get there, inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine forward. And exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Plank pose, hold plank, or we're gonna move to 8-point pose. So from here, we'll drop the knees. So there's 6 points of our body touching the mat now. And then the next 2 points are chest and chin. So it looks funny, it feels funny because your hips stay in the air, but let your chest and chin drop. Let your spine find that natural C curve. And then let the legs go long. So walk the feet down the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Let them be a little wide. And then inhale, up dog, or cobra pose, sorry. Lead with the chest. And then exhale, press the hands under the shoulders for child's pose. Settle those hips back. Maybe rocking side to side. All right, make your way through tabletop to down dog. Getting ready for our first standing flow. So from down dog, make sure you have really strong shoulders. Plant the full surface area of the hands and the fingers into the mat. We'll bring left toe into the center line about 1 inch for stability. And inhale, raise the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, give it a tap. If you can, lift it even higher. Inhale the leg long. Next, exhale, knee to center, to the chest. Don't drop the foot, working that core. And inhale the leg long. Third exhale, knee goes across the body to the left elbow. Give it a tap if you can. Lift the knee even higher. And inhale the leg long. Nice job. Next, exhale, let the foot land between the hands. We'll open up warrior 2. Cartwheel left hand forward and then all the way to the back of the room. Right hand comes forward. Gaze over that right middle finger. We'll inhale, lift the shoulders, and then exhale, let them settle down your back. And let them stay there. Engage your triceps. Deep bend in the front knee, track that right knee out so you can see big toe. Feel like your hips are pulling apart really big here. Mula and Uddiyana Bandha, lifting up from your belly button. Exhale, extended side angle, right elbow, right knee, left hand reaches up and over. Curl your hand in towards your face a little bit so you could see your palm if you're looking up. So your armpit rolls in towards your face a little bit too. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand down, right hand up. Keep those strong warrior 2 legs. Feel the rib cage open on the right side. All right, exhale, half moon pose. We're going all the way to balance. So your left foot hops in. Your right fingers land in front of right foot. Left hand and left foot lift. We're transitioning all the way to a balancing pose. So take maybe a block or a prop under that right hand. It's a great option here. Keep lifting up with those left fingertips. Left heel shoots to the back of the room. Your chest is over to the left. Nice job. Okay, we're going to lower that back foot. This time sitting up for triangle pose. So you're going to lift the chest and straighten into that front leg. So about 3 to 4 feet between the heels, triangle pose. Back toes are still out at an angle. You're going to reach forward, forward, forward with the right hand until you can't reach anymore. Then revolve right hand down, left hand up. Triangle pose. Another great place to use that prop. Under right hand. If you want to test your core strength right here, you'll lift right hand off of the shin or off of the floor. Going for that beach ball. Like you're holding a beach ball over in the right, to the front of the room. Nice job. Inhale, reverse triangle. So straighten legs. Left hand down, left leg, right hand up towards the corner of the back of the room. Breathing into that rib cage again. All right, nice job. Lower the hands. We come to wide-legged forward fold. Right toes go into face left. Inhale to find length. Your hands can be on hips or out at the side. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Try to keep that spine really long still. And then until you're about parallel to the floor, and then you can release hands to mat. Let the spine begin to arch. Really let your head sink towards the mat. Bring your feet out wider if you feel like your head's pretty far. Pull your belly button up and in. Play with your balance in wide-legged forward fold by rocking in the weight into the balls of the feet a little bit. You can lift your heels like a little off the mat, almost like you could just slide a piece of paper under them. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just feeling that adjustment, moving the weight to the balls of the feet. All right, nice job. We'll go back to the front of the mat, framing that right foot. Plant those hands firmly under the shoulders. Send right foot back to meet left. Exhale down, half push-up chaturanga, or all the way to the knees and belly. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Always have option to meet us in down dog. Nice big inhale through the nose and maybe an open mouth. Exhale. Find that nice strong down dog position. Make sure you're nice and firm through those shoulders. You know where we're going. Same thing other side. So maybe bring that right toe in towards the center line of the mat again to have some balance. As we inhale, lift left foot high to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Give it a tap and inhale the leg long. We're doing 3. So second one, knee goes to chest. Pull the knee as high as you can. Don't drop the foot. Inhale that leg long behind you. Next exhale, left knee goes across the body to the right elbow. Lift it as high as you can, even into the armpit. Inhale that leg long. Good job. Fourth exhale, plant the foot. We'll cartwheel the hands all the way to warrior 2. Deep bend in that front knee. Track that left knee out. Back toes out at an angle, heel to heel alignment. Again, inhale, lift the shoulders. And then exhale, let them really settle down the back. Keep them there. Gaze over middle finger on left hand. Keep warrior 2 legs as we exhale, extended side angle, left elbow, left kneecap, right hand reaches up and over to the front of the room. Curl that armpit in towards the face a little bit. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right hand goes down. Left hand reaches towards the back of the room, this time opening those left ribs. Don't lose that deep bend in the front knee. All right, going all the way to half moon. So really practicing playing with that balance here as you hop your right foot in. Left hand's gonna land in front of left foot. Right hand goes up to the sky. Maybe bring that block or prop under the left hand. Opening that chest over to the right side of the room. Grounding through left foot. Keep lifting up through that pelvic area, that chest area, feeling lighter on the foot. Nice job. We're gonna lower the back foot, setting up for triangle pose. You'll lift the chest. Let the back foot land about 3 to 4 feet behind the left foot. Heel to heel alignment, setting up for your triangle pose. Reach that left hand forward as far as you can, and then revolve the hands. Left hand down, right hand up. Either using a prop as a modification to help keep that chest lifted, or today, really challenging your core strength and trying to have your hands like you're holding a beach ball, really using those obliques. Nice job. Inhale all the way to reverse triangle. Let right hand go down right leg, left hand reaches towards the back of the room. Again, breathing into that right or left side body. And drop the hands to center, second wide-legged forward fold. This time, curl those left toes in to face the right. Hands on hips or hands out to the side. Inhale to find length. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Take your forward fold. Sometimes when I get down to wide-legged forward fold, I like to do that same inhale, exhale again. I'll inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper, getting more hollow in the belly, pulling belly button in towards spine. You can grip onto the floor, pulling your head closer towards the mat, really breathing into the back of both legs. Of course, maybe playing with that balance, rocking the weight into the balls of the feet. Last couple breaths here. Then we'll make our way back to the front of the mat, framing left foot. When you get there, left foot goes back to meet the right. Exhale through chaturanga, half push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale. We meet in down dog, always have options. Just skip that little part of the flow, meet us in down dog or take rest in child's pose. All right, we're gonna do one breath per movement. Going through vinyasa, we'll go all the way to mountain pose and then come back to down dog. So bend the knees, gazes between the hands on the bottom of your next exhale. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. If your pace is different than mine, that's okay. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center, down by your side. Next inhale, hands sweep back overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands. That same exhale takes you all the way through chaturanga. Inhale, nice strong up dog, shoulders out of ears, thighs off mat. Exhale, down dog, send those hips high to the sky. Nice job. Inhale, right foot goes high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, plant the foot. This time we'll come up high, lunge. Deep bend in front knee, sweep those hands forward. When we exhale, we'll bring hands together and twist over to the right. Let the left elbow come to the outside of that right knee. And you're gonna press into those palms as much as you can. Now, something I wanna offer today, since I know a lot of you guys on this call, this is a pretty different pose, but from here, there's an option to go to side crow. So your left elbow stays where it is, your right elbow goes into your butt cheek on the right, and you let both hands drop to the floor, and then you're in a side crow with your legs straight, or you can bring side crow knees together. Play around with it today. A little bit harder to teach on camera, but feel free to play with it. Otherwise, you can just hold this nice spinal twist. You could even drop that back knee. Still getting a lot of stretching and working here. Or playing with that crazy way to get into side crow. Interesting, huh? So when you get into side crow, your legs kind of go straight. All right, come on, let's meet back. We'll inhale back, bring the hands forward to high lunge. Nice job. A little play with crow today. All right, from here, we're gonna keep those hands forward, or for more balance, bring them to the mid body. We're gonna hop forward to warrior three. Squeeze those glutes together, straighten into both legs, grounding through right foot. Left heel kicking towards the back of the room. Nice job, and then we'll set the left foot down, setting up for pyramid pose this time. So again, it's like triangle feet where you're 3 to 4 feet distance between the heels, straighten into both legs. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold over that right leg for pyramid pose. Let hands fall to the mat or that prop. Pull your belly button up and in. Release the head, so release tension out of the neck. Breathe into that back of that right leg that just did so much work for you. Keep pulling up from the hip and the pelvis area, pelvic area. Nice job. We're going to inhale to lift the chest. Place left hand in front or in the inside of right foot. Maybe grab that block and inhale to reverse or revolve triangles. So chest goes over to the right hand up to the sky. Spinal twist, breathing into that IT band. Keep those hips high. Try to straighten into both legs. Gaze over to the right. Revolve triangle or reverse. All right, drop those hands to the mat. Step right foot back to meet left. Take you through your vinyasa. You gotta wiggle those feet back or skip it and we'll meet in down dog. Maybe taking an open mouth exhale here. Just setting up for the second side. So strong through those shoulders. We'll inhale, left foot goes high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, plant the foot, high lunge, sweep those hands forward, deep bend in the front knee. As you exhale, prayer hands twist to the left, so you know exactly where we're going here. First, I want you to practice this twist, so press those palms together to really gaze over to the left, trying to wring out the spine, and then take whatever option you did on the other side, going to side crow or dropping right knee, and keeping this twist and leg variation. If you want to go to side crow, you got to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your left hip or your left elbow into left hip. And let that right elbow stay on the outside of that left knee. Moving the weight over. Nice. Nice job. Cool. Keep breathing into it, pressing those palms together or pressing palms into the mat. And then slowly we'll come out of side crow practice. Inhale, bring those hands back forward, high lunge. If you have to lift that back knee, we'll meet in high lunge. And then your next exhale, hop forward to warrior three. You can do full expression of warrior three with hands forward or bring hands to heart center for more balance. Bring that big toe in towards your center line. Oh, that right foot. Squaring the hips to the floor. Long through your spine and the back of the head still. All right, setting up for pyramid pose, drop back foot. Right toes out at an angle, maybe 30 to 45 degrees. Straighten into both legs. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, pyramid pose. Fold over left leg. Try to keep the spine straight for as long as possible. And then dropping hands to mat. maybe grabbing that prop. The next pose after this was that revolved triangle, or reverse triangle. So if you want to have that prop next to you, ready on the inside of the foot. Otherwise, you're folding into pyramid pose, really getting into the back of the left leg. Intense stretch. We have to be careful of hyperextension in some of these poses. So micro bend in the knee always. All right, inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale, left hand sweeps up towards the ceiling, reverse triangle. Let the chest go over to the left, pressing right hand on the inside of left foot. Keep the belly button pulling in, you're twisting here, breathing into the IT band on the left leg. Nice job. Plant those hands around left foot. Step left foot back to meet right. Take it through your little vinyasa flow or meet me in down dog. Whichever is in your practice today. Building strength with chaturanga and trying to move with your breath. Nice job. All right. We're going to come to pigeon pose. So let's bring right knee to behind right wrist. Walk left leg back as long as you can, setting the top of your left foot on the mat. And then wiggle into a position with that right shin that feels comfortable, trying to get it higher towards the front of the mat. Walk the hands towards your body to inhale, find length in the spine. You should feel that left hip flexor wake up. And exhale, release chest to the floor. Holding pigeon pose, static hold. So find that position where you can hold it. If there's any pressure on that knee, pinching, otherwise uncomfortable feeling, roll out of pigeon pose onto your back. Keep relaxing into the stretch, into that right glute. Releasing tension out of the face, out of the shoulders, out of the hip, knee, ankle. And then slowly we'll push up, bringing the hands underneath you to lift the chest. Go back to down dog. So you got to wiggle off that right hip a little bit. Send the hip side to the sky. Maybe take a little in between stretch, walking the dog, breathing life back into the right leg. And then we'll take pigeon pose other side. Bring left knee to behind left wrist. Try to get that shin as high as you can. Settling right leg back down the mat. Walk those hands towards the body to lift the chest. Feel a little stretch in that right hip flexor. And then pigeon pose. Come down to forearms or let your head find the mat or the block. Again, no pinching or any pain in the knee. You can roll over to supine, figure 4. have to. Trying to keep that left shin a little high on the mat, parallel to the front. One thing that sometimes feels good in pigeon pose is taking your inner thigh, so this time would be your left inner thigh, and kind of rolling it out. And kind of giving your chest and your belly more room to lower down. It's just a slight movement. All right, we're gonna push up out of pigeon pose. Don't have to go back to down dog. We're going to come into frog pose. So we're gonna readjust ourselves long ways on the mat. Bring those knees really wide. Press the insides of the shins into the mat. So this is another static pose. So we're gonna hold it for at least 60 seconds to really feel a difference. This is an intense groin stretch. So keep your hands under the chest to keep yourself propped up and in control. And then slowly you can lower onto the forearms if that feels better for a stretch. Everybody's bodies will be a little different, but there's a lot to stretch out here. You can wiggle the hips forwards and backwards until you find a nice spot to hold, or lower onto forearms, or stay up on pressing hands into mat. All right, nice job. Very slowly we move those knees back together. Feeling the tingling from all the stretching, new air back in those hips, and then we'll meet lying on our bellies. We're gonna do 2 back strengtheners. We're just gonna do bow pose 2 times before we lay on our backs. So getting to this low back, this really muscle we wanna work, we're gonna kick both heels towards the glutes, reach around, grab the feet. If you need a strap or like a t-shirt or a blanket to grab the feet. And then inhale, lift the chest, lift thighs off mat, kick into the hands as hard as you can. That's where the lifting is coming from, is the feet. Gaze is up, keep kicking, arching your spine, working those low back muscles. And release. Let one ear drop to the mat. You can windshield wipers, feet side to side. All right, we're gonna do one more. Make sure we're building strength in the low back today. So reach around, grab those feet, bow pose. On an inhale, really strong inhale. Lift everything off the mat, trying to balance on those hips. Shine that chest forward, feel the shoulders pulling back. Keep kicking. Try to kick even harder, arch the spine, lift the thighs. And release. Nice job. This time you will very slowly roll onto your back. So move as slow as you want. Take any in-between stretches. Let your back bounce back from those back bends. And then once you get onto the spine, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Try to keep that spine nice and flat on the mat. From here, moving into happy baby. Full expression of happy baby this time. Grabbing outsides of both feet or insides of both feet. Pull those knees towards the outside of your rib cage. Keep your chin tucked down towards the chest. So you're nice and you're one long line, that whole spine from your tailbone all the way to the center of the back of your head. Just trying to stay connected with the mat. I know it's really hard. Alrighty, we'll release out of happy baby. This time we're gonna do either a plow pose, a shoulder stand, or you can just stay rested with your feet elevated to get some of the reverse blood flow. If you like that option, you can grab a prop like a pillow, even press under the hips, getting your hips higher than they normally would be. Or you can move your feet to being up a wall. If you want to press into plow pose or shoulder stand, really swing to gain momentum, get those hips lifted. Feel the blood flow working down towards your heart. Tuck that chin to the chest. Yogi's choice here, making it your practice. Wherever you're at, 5 to 10 breaths before switching, or just continuing to hold for another 5 to 10. Nice job. Shoulder stands, feel free to play with those leg positions. You could do butterfly, lotus, splits, wide feet. Lots of fun stuff to do. And then whichever pose you opted for, we'll slowly roll back down, meeting on our mats. We'll end with a supine twist to wring out the spine. Pull those knees into the chest, and then let the knees drop to the right. Lift the hips back towards the center line of the mat. Walk your shoulder blades up the mat. Right hand on left knee to keep the knee from lifting. Cactus left arm, gaze goes left. Try to bring out the spine here in the last stretch of class. And very slowly come back to center. Find some neutral spine, so you might have to bring the hips back to center. Sitting up for other side, bring knees into chest, and then let them drop over to the left. This time wrapping right leg around left leg. Left hand goes to right knee to keep it from lifting. Wiggle those shoulder blades high on the mat so your spine is nice and long and twisted. Gaze goes over to the right. Let gravity help you get into the pose. If you find yourself holding tension anywhere, try to relax out of it. All right, we'll come back to center at this time. Take any last poses that are calling your name, any last stretches, any last movements at all. Before we meet in our very final pose, Shavasana. So let those legs go long. Same thing we did at the beginning of class. Toes roll out to the side, comfortable position. Long through the spine, tuck the chin down. You could have left hand on heart, right hand on solar plexus to stay tapped into the heartbeat and the breath, or hands down by the side. Dedicate the next few minutes to yourself. If you find yourself in the headspace, which means if you find yourself having any thoughts, soften around the eyes and drop back down to your heart or your belly, or both. And welcome to Shavasana. We'll invite movement back into the body by wiggling the fingers and toes. You can rock the head. And then bring those hands overhead like it's the first stretch of the day, breathing into those side ribs. And then roll over onto your favorite side. Keeping your arm as a pillow for a moment. And then pushing yourself up to a comfortable seated position, nice and slow, with a smile on your face. We'll meet sitting cross-legged, hands face palm up on the knees or the thighs. And softly close the eyes. We'll inhale, sweep the hands overhead one last time. Let the gaze lift towards the hands. Exhale the thumbs down to your forehead, or third eye center. Thank you for joining me in practice today. It's been a fun couple months with you guys over Zoom. I hope we see each other soon, couple weeks. Namaste.